Okay, so I'm getting ready to watch episode 18 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. At the end of episode 17, Mustang seemed to get everybody out of town, so that has me suspecting that something big's about to go down in the Central District because he cleared out all the folks he doesn't want to get caught in the crossfire, I suspect. So I don't know what he's got up his sleeve, but how about we just jump into it and see if we find out, or if maybe we're going to get caught up with some other characters before we get back to Mustang's plan. The show really is paced well, and it manages not to go too long without checking in with everybody, so I don't know which direction this episode will go, but I'm eager to get it started. Also, just to let folks know that I have my Patreon up and going, so if you want to check out my Patreon, there will be a link down in the video description. And of course, if you're watching this video on Patreon because you're already a supporter, you're the best. Thank you. Okay, so we're back in Resembul because, Armstrong was sent back to Resembul with Edward, but for some reason, Winry and Alphonse didn't go with him, which I find that to be a little unusual. So I want to see what's going on here. But I guess the Major's claiming that Edward needs to get his arm serviced, which is hard to do without Winry, right? Oh yeah, Armstrong was just told to go to Resembul. Yeah, and a rendezvous with somebody. Who's this somebody? Just a really plain, regular-looking guy there. Lieutenant Bretta. I don't remember Bretta. The Arrogant Palm of a Small Human is the name of the episode. Oh, and now we've got Alphonse back in the Central District talking to Winry. Kind of missing his brother here. I guess they haven't spent much time apart, probably, like in all their life. Oh, who showed up here? Ling showed up. He just climbed through the window. Mysteriously pops in when they don't expect Ling to show up. I like this guy. And if you remember, I think he's got some kind of like a condition where he loses consciousness unexpectedly. So I don't know if it's like epilepsy or something, but I bet we find out more about that too. So Ling's confident that Edward's doing all right, but it looks like Edward's out in the middle of the desert. No, that's not Edward. Yeah, it is Edward. How did they get out in the desert all of a sudden? Oh, so they're on some undercover mission out in the desert here. Wow. So that must be the guy they rendezvoused with to take him to the ruins of Xerxes. Of course, Xerxes, that evokes thoughts of the Persian Empire and 300 Spartans and all that. But wow, these ruins really do look ancient. Oh, but they got a hot spring, which is nice. Edward taking a dip in the hot spring with that hair sticking straight up on his head. And this old guy doesn't like that they have a kid with him. He doesn't quite know that this is no ordinary kid. This is the Fullmetal Alchemist. The Eastern Sage is something they refer to here. I guess it's a fairy tale. Okay. Talking about the person who brought alchemy to the land that Edward lives in. I still struggle to remember the names. Amestris. Amestris is the country. But yeah, this guy came and spread alchemy around. It's almost like a religious kind of story. Yeah, and they both have like parallel legends that are very similar here. I mean, the pictures, the clothing is different, but it's the same idea that a guy came in and started spreading this knowledge, alchemy versus alchemistry, or alchemy rather. But I like this, that kind of parallels a lot of real world religions where it's sort of the same story told slightly differently and people think they're different or maybe they're the same. I like this, the sage. Oh, wow. So Ling wanted to see the ruins of Xerxes. And now they're at the ruins, but Ling isn't there. Yeah, asking a really good question. If they had such good alchemy and alchemy, how come they were destroyed overnight? And then also the idea of we don't know how much is truth and how much is legend. Probably a little bit of both, right? But he sees this image up on the wall that caught his attention. I wonder if they're going to give us a better look at that. Seems like he's running away from it right now. Oh, there it is again. Almost looks like a alchemy circle. Yeah, I think I tried to combine alchemy and alchemy together and say alchemistry. I've done that a few times now. Oh, who's this yelling for Edward? Huh. So they're thinking back to some words that Ling said. Oh, it's Lieutenant Ross! She's not dead after all. Mustang sent her away. And Armstrong, the shirt's off and he's flexing. Nothing better than a Happy Armstrong. I'm telling you, that's such a fun character. The big tough softy. Shirtless softy. I love it. I love it that they didn't make us hang on too long to find out that Mustang wouldn't really burn Ross to a pulp. Man, that's a weight off my shoulders. Like, I kind of felt like that's what was going on, but it just so much relief to actually see it. Oh, and now we're getting a little backstory with this guy they rendezvoused with, and he's talking to Mustang about the plan to get Ross out of the country. Oh. I don't know what a warrant officer is, but it kind of sounds like law enforcement type thing. Oh, what is... Oh, he's talking to the guy that's babysitting Chopper. Oh, and he's trying to cover up who he's talking to. He doesn't want the other guy to know he's talking to Chopper, I guess. Oh, and what is this? They're back at that fateful phone booth where Mustang's taking the call. Oh, and it's Chopper saying he's still got evidence that she's telling the truth. He's got the hole in his finger. Oh, Mustang using who I consider a pretty evil character, Barry the Chopper, but for a good cause. This is the phone call where he told him to let Chopper off the leash. And of course, that's when Ross and Ling got rescued from jail. I love it. Oh man, this is nice. This show's really kicking in. We're getting to see Mustang and what he's capable of. And we've got like another ally in this story with the protagonists. Oh, he's making a corpse. It was like pork bones and stuff. I love it. I was wondering where he got the body. Like, I didn't know if they went to a cemetery and dug up a body for him to burn, but it sounds like they made it out of ham is what it looks like. Oh, that's great. Oh, has he got teeth? They're talking about dental records, so he's going to fake the dental records somehow. Save a pocket full of teeth. I want to see this. Or maybe he's got like false teeth that are like molded from, making burn corpses is a specialty. We all got to have a specialty. Some of us are really good at pancakes on Sunday morning. Some of us burn corpses. I'm a pancake guy myself. Oh, look at that. It's kind of grody. His fake corpse is pretty gross. But what's with the teeth? I want to see how he got the teeth to match. But I do love it. They're showing us how it went down. I mean, I kind of painted something like this in my mind, but I thought maybe it'd be a little more gruesome where he got the corpse. Not that, it's not entirely spooky the way he did it, but still. Yeah, see, I even noticed that the things were cut instead of wrapped around the wrist when they showed us that little peek, but I didn't know how she left the scene. Leaving the scene in a dumpster is one way to do it. Oh, there's a hole in the dumpster. Mustang, man, this guy's going to be pretty cool. I hope he gets to be the Fuhrer someday, but I hope he calls it something else. I hope he doesn't call himself the Fuhrer. Like, President's okay. Chancellor I can go with. Premier. Even Poobah. I'm okay with Poobah, just I don't like the Fuhrer. Oh, man, this is fun. I need some triumph. Nice little triumphant segment, like showing how Ross got sort of snuck away. That was nice. Now we're back in those ruins of Xerxes. So I better pay attention here. I guess the young lord is Ling. Or is the young lord Mustang? They're talking about the young lord, so I think they're probably talking about Mustang. Oh, Edward doesn't like it. Mustang's lied to him once, now he's lied to him again. I can't wait to see Edward finally start to strangle Mustang. I feel like that's gotta happen, right? Oh, but he's admitting that Mustang was doing the right thing. So good for you, Edward, for not just having your eyeballs explode and steam come out your ears like you do sometimes. Yeah, he even calls him out as being a hot-tempered kid. There he goes! We got to see him lose his marbles. I love it when Edward loses his marbles. I just wish somebody call him short or little so he'd really lose his marbles. The best was when he called himself little. That was the best. Self-owned. Oh. Yes. They're talking about Barry the Chopper here, who went on a bold rampage when he got out. Oh, this is back before the blood seal. This is Barry in his human form with a pretty gruesome looking mask. I gotta say, I like that mask Barry had on. I wouldn't mind seeing more of like Barry before he was blood sealed into armor. Like this, they think the same thing I thought. Mustang just wanted Edward out of his hair, but he actually has some kind of secret mission in Xerxes, it looks like, where he's caught up with Ross. Oh, so Chopper's sharing some information about how he came to be, that the people that put him in this blood seal are dead now. But he's met Alphonse, so he's saying, hey, why don't you ask Alphonse these questions? And that's exactly what Ling is doing. I'm curious how Alphonse is going to handle being sort of asked this by Ling, because, it's kind of a sensitive topic, right? Oh, and here's Ross. I mean, of course Ross didn't have anything to do with killing Hughes. Oh, somebody's drawn a picture of lust here. Let's see. Oh, wow. So these are the homunculi they've identified so far. They don't know about wrath yet. But they seem to know that the homunculi are definitely all wrapped up in this murder of Hughes. I like that I had to pause and remember that Colonel Hughes is a posthumous general. He's still having a tough time with acceptance about Hughes being dead, though. My heart goes out to Edward here. Oh, I'm thinking back to the wife again. That really super duper tugs on those heartstrings. Like I said, Hughes deserved better. Like the most wholesome, lovable character I've seen in forever, and I hated what happened to him. He met an unfortunate and unfair end. Oh, so just a little recap on what we know there about Edward dedicated to get Alphonse's body back, maybe get his arm back. I don't think Edward really cares as much about getting his arm and leg back as he does about undoing what he did to his brother. Some people, and I think Edward is this type of person, we can accept harm we cause ourselves way better and way more easily than we can accept harm we cause to somebody else. I think I'm that way. At least I like to think I'm that way. Maybe that's just wishful thinking. I don't know. And Edward's so dedicated to protecting. I love that instinct. He's going to keep moving forward just like the widow of Hughes asked him to, but move forward in a way that you're comfortable with. And I think that's what he's doing. We got a nice group of people here in the desert, though I'm not entirely sure I know who the old guy is. Oh, so Ross is going to go to Jing, so Ling is in Armistice, is that the name of it? And now it looks like Ross is going to Jing. Is that just to lay low, or is she investigating something? Is Edward going to go to Jing? I don't like Edward and Alphonse being split up this much, though. Oh, at least her parents know. Oh, no, her parents don't know, so she's got to keep them from knowing. Well, that stinks. Maybe when Mustang rises to power, Ross can come back home. I feel bad for Ross. Forced to go into exile. I mean, it's great that she's still alive, and I'm so happy. I just feel bad that she got, railroaded by King Bradley into taking the fall for what we know she didn't do. The murder of Hughes. Oh. He wants to... That is Edward. She's saying a heartfelt goodbye, and he brings up the fact that he needs to get even with her because she slapped him. But she said, not right now. We'll do it later. I like that. It would have been funny if he just hauled off and ka-chunked her on her way out of town. Or riding through the desert. Looks like a rough ride. Oh, is that is that the old guy bodyguard for Ling? I knew he looked kind of familiar, but without the mask and the ninja getup, I didn't recognize him at first. Boy, that desert crossing looks pretty miserable, though. Yeah, that's the same thing the old guy's saying. It's pretty oppressive to cross this desert. I bet they have scorpions out there. Scorpions are scary. Oh man, having flashbacks to Dune. She's crying and he says, don't waste your fluid. It's like they're going through Arrakis. I guess, is Roy talking to his significant other or something here? Or is he just pretending to? Oh, it looks like he's being monitored by somebody. They're spying on Mustang. They got this really scary looking gun. Who's spying on him? Oh, is this? Oh, whoa, what is this? I'm all confused. Oh, that's who they released from the cage. I thought that was Barry before he got into his blood seal armor. I was way off, but now I remember he was in the cage, this monster that the homunculi had, and they've sent assassins out after him, one of them being the caged beast that I thought was a chimera, but maybe it's just a crazy dude. And then He smelled the tobacco in this guy, called him Lieutenant Havoc. Is that the Playboy? What's the Playboy doing here? I guess the Playboy showed up to rescue him. I thought maybe he had been mind controlled by lust or something, was an assassin. But it looks like he came to save Chopper and the babysitter. Oh, Chopper versus this guy looks like a great fight, though. I'm in. Ripped off Chopper's armor arm. Man, he is leaping around that room. He's like Toad or something. Some good action coming up here. I thought the best part was going to be seeing Ross escape, but that was pretty cool, too. I love the idea of this creature guy, I don't know what to call him, fighting against Chopper. They seem really evenly matched. So much so I thought he was Chopper in the past. Oh no, the gun jammed! It's all about fisticuffs. Ooh, somebody had a rifle. I want to know more about this wild man that came through the window and had the guts to attack Chopper, because Chopper's pretty vicious. Oh, it's Hawkeye. If they've got a Hawk's eye on their side, it's Hawkeye. Okay. So that was just a fake story that Hawkeye was out of town to get people to let their guard down, because Hawkeye, of course, has excellent aim. Why else would you call her Hawkeye? Other than the fact it's the name her parents probably gave her, but you know what I mean. Oh, they're going to interrogate this creature beast thing. Let's see. Let's see if they tell us. It seems like Chopper knows some. It is Chopper's old body! Okay, so I wasn't way off. They like pulled Chopper's soul out of his body, and then is his body kind of like a homunculus type thing? Oh, I love it. His body's there to get the soul back. So, nice. Nice. So how does Chopper feel about this? You'd think Chopper wouldn't mind getting his body back, but maybe he likes this new nigh invulnerable body that he has. Oh, transmutation circle. We're back at that thing I was curious about. And he says it looks a lot like the one at the 5th level. Oh, it's like 2 versions of the Central District seal that I said looked like the Waterford, Ireland symbol, but there's like 2 of them on top of each other. And an Ishvalan guy came out of nowhere and tried to hit him with a stick. At least I think he's Ishvalan. It looks Ishvalan to me. Yeah, he's Ishvalan. Oh no. Are they in Ishval? Is that where Xerxes is? They're back at the scene of the crime, so to speak? Oh, wow, so polite, asking him if he minds being their hostage so they can take their Holy Land back from the military. Boy, this show is diving into some pretty sticky real-world politics in the themes here, isn't it? I like that. I consider that a plus. This is interesting, because I wonder how Edward's going to feel about this. I keep expecting him to turn against his government in its current form, and I expect, I mean, come on, wrath, a deadly sin is your Führer. And I think Mustang might also have some sympathies for the Ishvalans, even though he is a veteran of the Ishval War. This is interesting. Amestris? I've got to learn how to say the name of that country. Amestrians, or is it Amestresian? I need to go back and watch the dub. That'll give me a better idea on how to say the name of the country, won't it? But wow, a lot of Ishvalan still hanging around there. And if you look at the condition that they left their land in, you can understand why they want it back. And they, you know, Holy Land, that always is a real sticky wicket for people to solve. Dr. Rockbell. Oh yeah, that's the guy that was his fake name, wasn't it? Dr. Rockbell? The one that was working on the Philosopher's Stone. Oh, Aunt and Uncle Rockbell, that's Winry's parents. Oh, Winry's parents were good guys. They were helping the Ishvalans that needed help. I love it. I love the stories coming together. I apologize for being a little bit slow to connect those dots, but that's great. Winry's parents coming back in. They do mention about the Rockbells being killed. They were killed by somebody they helped. Scar. It's going to be Scar, isn't it? That's how you connect that dot right there. They saved Scar, and now Scar is the Scourge. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh, she doesn't know his face? An Ishvalan monk who had a tattoo in his right arm. That sounds like Scar to me. Oh man, look at him. So angry that Scar's who killed Winry's parents. The plot thickens. And we got so many multiple motivations going on, so many different directions that you can see Edward being pulled in. I was kind of hoping the surprise would be that Winry's parents were still alive and there with the Ishvalans, but so much for that. But oh my goodness, there's so many loose, sticky ends here. The story can go in so many directions, and if they wind them all together in some kind of beautiful story braid, I will be a lifelong fan of this. And here we are back with Chopper and his body. Oh, he can carve up his own body as much as he wants. I like it. Chopper wants to chop up his own. Oh man, that is a demented serial killer. I mean, that's kind of, redundant to say, but I love it. The idea that he wants to chop up his original body. He's looking at his body like with the flies around it, that it's rotting. He much prefers that armor body, the blood seal. What I do with my own body's up to me. You can't get mad at me for murdering myself. It's not even suicide because his soul's still alive. Oh, wow. So Hawkeye's totally talking in code so that whoever... Oh, no, it's Gluttony. Hawkeye, get out of there. I mean, she popped his shot off, but I think that these homunculi aren't so easy to stop. They're not really alive in the traditional sense. They're just like animated. She needs to get out of there. You got to get out of there, Hawkeye. We don't want to lose you. We just got Ross back. Oh, what a cliffhanger. Oh my. So what do you guys think? You think Hawkeye's going to make it out? Most of you probably already know. I don't know, but I'm sure hoping she makes it out. Super satisfied to see Ross show back up on the scene. That was great, and I love seeing the way the whole plan came together, how they managed to get her out of that area, off of the scene there. Really liking Mustang, the guy. This might be like the most pro-Mustang episode I've seen, with all of his machinations behind the scenes to put this together. So much fun seeing Chopper get to battle his own body. But anyway, I'm proud of you for watching anime. I'll talk to you again soon.
And I just want to say a special thank you to all the Patreon supporters. This first round of supporters, I've been very humbled and super appreciative and excited for everybody who has stepped up to support the channel. And if you think you might be interested, there is a link in the show description.